Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome to the kingdom tonight. Tonight I have a special entry here that I was debating whether or not I should actually make.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Simply because my thoughts go somewhat against the general consensus on this event. Not that I didn't want to love it, because there's a lot of good things that happen, but looking at the hard numbers behind it, I honestly think going through an event is going to be better for you long term. And tonight, I will explain why. Okay, so, free-to-play analysis on this particular event. I have done the event 6 times since it opened yesterday, and I've gotten 3 4-star relics, as well as a 3-star Titan, a few 2-star Titans, and overall a decent pull. Let me show you what I actually received in the event as soon as I collect my VP, because we are making a run for top 2 this week. Alright. So, what I have picked up from this event so far is 2 fire rings and 1 flame volley. If you guys have seen my videos before, you'll know that I consider 3-star relics subpar to 4-star, and thus basically just food that will feed into them unless they are very specific 3-star relics. Now, after having gone through ban for my alliance, there were people that were spending upwards of 10,000 gems today on this particular event, as they were grinding it out, trying to pick up whatever it has to offer. Going over their results, the best guy got 2 4-star Titans. I think it was 4 4-star relics. And then the other item in this event that I find very interesting are the event relics for tomorrow. Now, the event relics for tomorrow, depending on your luck, may put this event into viable territory, but we'll get into that here in a moment. Let's talk about the Titans, first of all, that you're going to be eligible to get. Now, I only have a few of the Titans that are here that you're going to be eligible to get. One of them is Dracor, a 4-star fire champion. Not a bad Titan, but one of the first ones that I came across. The other ones are, I believe, Abzut and the 4-star fire, what is that? Infiltrator. So those, and then Solzar as well. Now, these Titans are not inherently bad, but the issues with them are, 1, they are not meta, and 2, they are older Titans that their skills are being outclassed. If I were to level up this Dracor, for example, I may have a decent Titan at the end. You know, 3 resist skills and 2 attack skills. That is not a bad thing. But how is this Titan? Okay, Jason Jerome. I understand where you're coming from, but hear me out, Jason. Everyone is saying how great this event is. My issue, and it is great for certain people, but for free-to-play, unless you are lacking the base 4-star relics that this has to offer, it's not going to be as valuable as a soul event. Yes, the uncommon relics. Let me show you the relics that are actually dropped out of this. But I'm going to analyze the Titans first. And I may get a lot of hate for this, but I've been thinking about it all day. And I was thinking about not making the video, but if I don't say it, no one's going to say it. Alright, so the Titans that you get. You get the Solzar, the Ishkar, you get the Drakor. These are not X-skill Titans, and fire is an element that has seen its heyday, and until you get some X-skill Titans within it, they're not going to be able to compete at the highest level. And as a free-to-play player, you're not chasing the Titans. And even if you were, you would want Titans that would be viable more down the road. Now, if you're hunting for your Titan Arena, three of the Titans that are offered in this, I don't have. I could legitimately grind this out tonight and maybe get all three of them. And while that would be great for the Titan Arena, I may spend upwards of 8,000 to 10,000 gems as some of the people on band have today. Now, as you guys saw on my last Odin stream, it took me only 13,000 gems to get all the way through the Odin event. That was with getting all of those unique relics and 3 4-star Titans that are going to be meta for quite some time. With the exception of Valkyrie, depending on your skills. The investment that you have in the grind is going to be worth it more to you in the long run in the Titan aspect. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to do several raids tonight to show you guys what I mean. And I'll give you an analysis about them. But let's go ahead and get to the relics that I've seen that people are able to get, or able to go through. Now, the relics that drop in this are good relics. But they are part of the regular drops that you can get from any raid. And so if you don't have some of these relics, you may want to grind through this just a little bit to get 1 or 2. But once you have those, you're just grinding for relic forging food at that point. Now, the standard drops that you get for fire are the fire rings, which, granted, they are not part of the drops that you'll get in regular drops, but I'll go into those in a second. These are the 2 fire rings I've picked up from the normal raiding. And so I would encourage you to normally raid this, but spending gems, I'll get to that in a moment. Right. Drake scales, I saw those in there. Fire rings. But let's cover the fire rings, for example. These fire rings will give you fire resist for 3 different units. Either the Titan and 2 different units. If I'm building a 6 relic build on the Titan, this is an offhanded, nice item to have to complete a build, but it's not necessarily needed to complete it. Now, to get 90% fire resist is good. Don't get me wrong about that. But when you're focused so much on getting resist against everything, you may need 1 of these rings at most to top yourself out. As I come over to my flame volleys, for example, in this event, I mean, you guys see the number of flame volleys again I've gotten. This event has given me 1 of these flame volleys, and the last Theaters Award gave me 2. At what point am I ever going to get to the point where I'm using all of these flame volleys? I understand where you're coming from, Jason, but I understand these relics are good, but as a free-to-play player, you've got to choose where you invest your gems. It's a very delicate process. The last thing you want is to miss game-changing relics that are coming into the system. Alright. Now, other relics you get your Volcano Vein and your Drake Scales. I do not have a Drake Scales. It would be nice to get a Drake Scales. But is Drake Scales going to break the bank for me as a free-to-play player? What relics do I need as a free-to-play player to compete in attacking and compete in defending? Right. And so it's great to get the 4-star relics, and it's great to have them on hand if you need them. But there is going to come a point when your relic inventory looks like mine, where half of these relics I'm going to eventually end up forging in if I can't find a use for them. I'm saving all my 4 stars currently, but there's going to come a time when, I'm going to realize I'm just not going to use half of these. Even the volcano veins here. Unless I have multiple infiltrators that are fire titans, when am I going to really need 3 volcano veins? Bad guy, welcome to the stream. Alright. Now, these are the relics that you're going to get. And so, yeah, there are a few good relic drops. You get yourself 1 or 2 fire rings. Maybe you have that ring at the time that you need it for that perfect titan in the 6th slot. That is going to be rare, and if you're aiming to get that ring, you're missing out the point on, I think, what it means to be a free-to-play player. Maximizing your gem use. And so, that is a basic analysis of the relics. And any 3-star relics you get, they're just going to be fed in for food. Any 2-star and 3-star titans, they're food. That's what and, relics, once again, they're good, but I think the investment in the events gets you better relics, and if you're willing to do the grind, it'll get you further and get you unique relics, like this last one, which I doubt will be offered more than 1 or 2 more times, the head of Mimir. This is a game-changing relic. Flame Volley is a good sturdy relic, but it's not a game-changer. Gosh, if they ever do a physical event and offer Gilded Arcs, I'm not doing it. It's out of protest at this point. Yes, it's just what are you getting from the event? Now, if let's say you have 8,000 gems to utilize, Frank, and you've set that aside. Do you want to do this event, or do you want to do a event where you can grind it out, get the unique relics and the unique titans that are involved in it? Because 8,000 gems is roughly what it takes me to go through and grind out a soul event with a 1.4 advantage, unless it's one of the long ones like the Odin one. Now, I'm going to do a few of the raids tonight, and we're going to go over what I get. And I'm hesitant to even do that just because I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a fan of what you can get, but the chances of what you can get, and the only thing I think is really worth it if you get the right drop rates, is going to be the event relics for tomorrow. For example, if it takes me 1,300 gems and I get a 3-star event relic, absolutely worth it, and everything else is just gravy. But if I've done already 6 raids here and I haven't gotten any of those, and so that's the equivalent of 6 times 3, 1,800 gems that I've spent, or I haven't spent it because I haven't needed to. Fast XP. Now, this channel, if you're trying to level up your titans really quickly, the XP can help, but it is really about the relics that you get, because the relics will make or break your titans in the late game. And the relics here are not make or break relics. They are not the bitter dirks out there, even though that's part of the drops. They are not the Bow of Kings. They are not the Capes of Asir. I would much rather have another Cape of Asir than the 3 flame volleys I've gotten from the events. And while it may take a grind to get there, I'm also getting other items during the course of the events. The rare relics are the Drake Scales, and then the Fire Rings. Those are 6 relics, or the 6th relic in a build that you need to min-max your Titan on. They are not a core relic that you build your Titan with. I'm looking for core relics. For example, if they were offering something that boosted archers that is not gilded arcs, I would be all over that. Because I have multiple Siggies that I'm looking at leveling up now. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go over... We're going to go do a few events, and I'll show you what I'm saying. I'll do 5 raids. And we'll analyze what I've gotten from it, and I'll tell you whether or not it's food or useful. Now, what I consider food and useful is going to be different than someone starting off, or someone, a few months into the game. While I admonish that you go through and you get some of the standard relics, once you get past 2 flame volleys, I guarantee in 3 or 4 months, you're going to have another 1, maybe 2, if you're grinding out events. And so these are just going to start cluttering up your inventory, like my Titan Great Plagues. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I have the need for 5 poison titans to have that Great Plague with you. Alright, Jason, I hope your luck and my luck are great tonight. Now, everyone knows about the glitch earlier today, and if I would be willing to do the event for the relics that give 10,000 an attack, but we know that was a mistake. Alright, so here we go. First raid. And I only do Theater of War 7. Alright. We are not going to be using Siegfried. We are going to be using my Mamesh that I'm leveling up. And by the way, if you guys have Mamesh with defensive skills on the Panthers, this is so easy. This is like the easiest thing. Alright. Here we go. You don't need 4-star relics to level up other relics, but I see where you're coming from. Alright. So what I do is I'll send 2 Panthers at each of these, and then the Panthers in the center will just continue to run up the center. I normally don't need to use any spells. And I'll show you guys what I mean. My mesh has health and armor on the Panthers. Bloodwolf, good to have you in here. And once again, my views on this event are controversial. But what I can get from a soul event, if I grind it out, I figure is more valuable for the 8,000 souls, and I'm not spending any money on. And if I have to choose my events wisely as a free-to-play player, that's where my analysis is coming in. Not saying that the stuff isn't good in this event, but the unique relics that you get from from soul events is what's really going to make or break your Titans. That's awesome, Jason. Loki's great. Alright. So, here we go. First rewards I get. Prove me wrong, game. Make me love this event. Alright. I got a Drake Scales. That's a decent relic to get. 2 4-stars. This is maybe one of the best results that you can possibly get. But unless this Volcano Vein is one that buffs Grenadiers, I have no need for this. The Drake Scales is likely just to sit in my inventory forever without being used. There are better relics than Drake Scales out there right now. I'm not saying it's a bad relic, there are just better relics that I can concentrate on. This is not a core relic for me. Alright. But, that being said, I'd be willing to spend 300 gems on getting a Drake Scale. Rio, good job. And that's just because I don't have one. But now that I have one, I don't think I want another one. Now, so far, as a free-to-play player, it's been worth it. I got a new 4-star relic I haven't seen. Let's see what happens when I do it the second time. And I will tell you guys, it was hard for me to come to this conclusion today. If you have these relics already, consider other options in saving your gems. Alright. Now the reason why these Panthers with Mamesh work so well in this scenario is because they have so much armor that these Grenadiers, even though they're level 25, they just can't get through it. And so, with the Bitter Dirks, I just run through everything, even though my units are 4 levels below everything. And a level 60 Titan without relics, I mean, this is a perfect example of how powerful relics are. I don't care what this guy's skills are up here. Without relics, he's just going to get run over by my level 21 troops. And because I don't want to take too much damage, even though I believe I'll still win, I'm just going to fireball a few of these areas over here. There we go. And tell me, Jason, how many 4-star rings do you have, and how many volcano veins do you have? And will you legitimately be leveling them all up? Well, I think 2 4-star relics for 300 is great. If they just end up being relic food, is it really worth limited gem capacity for free-to-play? Alright. Prove me wrong, game. Give me something phenomenal that I will sing the praises to this event to the day I die. Holy cow. Alright, guys. If I keep pulling like this, I might change my mind. 300 souls, or 600 gems, or 500 gems, for a 3-star source of light, and a 4-star Drake scales that I didn't have. Alright. I'm not switching over yet. I'm thinking that I'm just getting stupid lucky right now. Because I did the event 6 times before this. And I got 3 4-star relics. But those 4-star relics are just duplicates. I hate spending gems like this. But here we go. Fire rings, once again, are a 6th item that completes a build, not a core item in a build. And while there are many people that have the money to just complete the relic output, if you are a free-to-play player, you have to be wise with where you spend your gems. I'm just doing this today because I feel like I owe it to the community to give an analysis if you don't have unlimited funds to throw into the game, or if you don't have any funds. Now keep in mind, I'm at the highest level arena. If I were at a lower arena, are the drops any worse? Because not everyone can complete the highest level arena. Alright. Now that said, my skepticism is dimmed a little bit at the moment due to those 2 last pulls. That is totally inappropriate, Pisces. That is bad. I shouldn't laugh. And that is insensitive. Yeah, I follow the news too much. Alright. So here we go. This event is going to make me a believer. I've got to think that way. Otherwise, I'm going to grumble about this all night. Yeah, and keep typing in what you guys get out of this event, alright? A general consensus here will be good, because even now, with my luck being great, it is a close call for me to call this viable at the moment. Okay, so Arena 5 does give decent relics still. That is good to hear. And it may be that those event relics push things over the top, depending on how many you get. Alright. While this looks impressive, this is all food. All food right there. How much did you spend, Josh, in gems to get those results? So we got 2 more to do. I'm going to drop below 30,000 gems for this, just for you, the community. 20K. What were the breakdown of those event relics, Josh? Alright, Drew, if I could spend 1,000 gems, and since you're a newer player, get all of that stuff, absolutely that was worth it for you. Understand, Jason, that I'm not discounting the value of 4-star relics. I'm just saying when you have duplicates upon duplicates of them, they are just forging food at that point. And 300 gems is not worth forging food to a grinder. It is worth it for me at the moment because in 3 raids, I will admit, I've gotten a unique relic that I didn't have, and a 3-star event relic. That has made it this worth it for me thus far. Because remember, the credentials I said before is if you spend 1,300 gems and get a 3-star event relic, worth it. Alright. So here we go. 4th one. All right. Well, we can agree on many things, and you know, I'm not saying that the payout on these events is bad. I really am not. I'm just saying if I had gems to spend, and I wanted to be somewhat competitive as a free-to-play player, I need to understand where I'm going to get my most value. Would I really be willing to do this event 6 or 7 times over doing a soul event that I really want to do? Alright. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm not spending gems, I'm doing this every moment that this event comes off thing, because this is 100 times better than a regular raid. This comes down to the gems spent. And there are people that need these relics, and this event is phenomenal for them. Drew, being a newer player, dropping 1,000 gems to get what you did, 100% worth it. But once you have those, once you have several of those items, is it worth 300 gems to get 2 or 3 more of them? Game Rescue, welcome in, and thank you for your efforts in finding those cheaters, man. Alright. Results for 4. Pisces, every time you come into my stream, you are welcome to say this type of stuff. Alright. Let's say that this is a fire resist dragon helm. It's still food for me. Am I willing to pay 300 gems for that? No. Alright, so we got one more to do. And keep in mind that this was a hard video for me to come to. And while my thoughts on this have eased up a little bit, because even at the end of this, I will have spent roughly 1,200, 1,300 gems, I think. 5 times 2. Yeah, it'll be about 1,100, 1,200 gems. That one event relic drop made it for me. But it's the exception, not the rule. At least that's the way I'm thinking about it. And if I'm wrong, guys, you could rip me apart. No 4-star Titans. Although, at my point in the game, any of the 4-star Titans I get would just be for my Titan Arena. None of the 4-star Titans here are game changers. They're either... I mean, if I was a new player, they'd be great Titan to level. But I've got, my Memeshes, I've got everything else. So they're not a big deal for me. Now, I'm curious on how this one will work out if I just auto-attack. Because setting up everything before is... Oh, and I have to get this one. Alright, I'm not going to do just the auto-attack. I'm not going to have my spearmen, or my panthers frozen on spearmen, while millions of grenadiers hit them. I can tell you now, Rio, that in the upper levels, Solzar is not a good garrison defender now, even if you have the right relics. In this meta, Calvarax just rips him apart. You will get eaten alive regardless. And I'm telling you from experience because I have a level 60 Solzar with decent skills. He is a land defender, relegated to land defender status, which is not bad, but definitely not a garrison defender. Alright. I better drop a few fireballs here. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. Alright. Please prove me wrong, game. Give me the best drops ever, and I will sing the praises. I mean, as it is, my thought process has eased a little bit for you. Okay. Now, not a terrible drop. But if this were to represent, let's say, 50% of the rewards, everyone will know that's not worth it. And I'm not judging this event based upon the crappy drops. I'm judging it on the best drops. It's all food. And so, as a free-to-play player, if you are newer to the game, if you are lacking some of those key standard drops that you get from battle drops, not only should you do all 6 or 7 raids that you can whenever this is open, but maybe you drop 1,000 gems. You'll be happy with what you get, but move on. But as you get further into the game, the cost-benefit ratio, I just don't think is there right now. I got incredibly lucky. I got a 3-star relic, or a 3-star event relic, Drake 4-star Drake scales, and you know, some 4-star other relics. But those 4-star other relics, just, they're forge food. And I hate to say that, but save your gems for the grind, for buying portal stones, whenever you can guarantee your drops, and get the core relics that are going to make your Titans competitive. But yeah, I mean, that's my basic breakdown of this. It feels bad to swim against the stream because it seems like everyone's in love with this event, and if you guys downvote me here, I won't blame you. But just a basic breakdown. I wish you guys the best of luck in this event, and hopefully your luck is even better than mine. And I think mine was incredibly good today. Well, that's good, Rio. I'm glad that you guys are having that good stuff. My total pull from this event, after spending roughly 1,200 relics, or 1,200 gems, and all of the free stuff, I got 2 flame volleys, and these are 4 stars, 2 volcano veins, a Drake scale, 2 4-star fire rings, and an event relic, 3-star event relic. And then a bunch of Titan food. Even with getting all of that, those 1,200 gems, I think could have been better used in an event. Because everything with the exception of the event relic is going to be forge food, with the exception of the Drake scales, which is just going to sit in the inventory. Alright, I appreciate that, Jason, especially from you, who is all about the numbers. They will help with forging, but until those percentages actually reflect what comes through, you can't really trust the relic forge percentage that's given. While I generally agree that 3 stars are better, I've dropped 23 stars into an item, burning them through. And I will say I've never forged a 4-star. Maybe the magic of the 4-star relics makes everything forge success, but I'm tending to think I doubt it. Titan XP is not a big thing. I mean, I'm not one that chases after getting my Titans to level 60 quickly. I have Titans that I'm leveling, and I can level them with the time. I mean, if I level my Titans too quickly, I won't have the relics to back them up, and they're going to end up like Oricor did against me in this event. Alright. Now, I hope you guys have the best of luck with this. I will say, it's true, I have no problems with my forging method, Rio. I am incredibly happy with my results. To give you guys who are new to this an idea of what the standard drops that you can get in battle drops, I'm going to go over with them in my inventory to show you. You got avalanches that you can get. Bitter dirts, they're actually available to get as well. They're just rare for me, at least. Dragon helms are technically eligible as well. I got the Eternal Shrine. Let's see. Scrolling through this, you got your flame volleys that you can get. Frost shields you can get. Frost spears you can get. Giant axes. Gilded arcs. You'll notice that I grind a lot. And I'm hoping that they change what the standard drops are soon so I can get some different things. But there's going to come a day when I have a video that covers forging 4-star relics into relics that matter for me. Halberds you can get. Holy guards you can get. Kite shields you can get. Or mounted armors. Mountain fist you can get. Pisces, I'd be happy to send you multiple Great Plagues. Alright. Congratulations, Drew. I'm glad that works. And you guys know how much I value relics. Yeah, when it comes down to it, I have passed the 40 mark for 4 and 5 star relics forged to level 10. And my method I started about 4 months ago. My relic forging method is found in just about every one of my videos. But one of those videos is 10 tips for free to play. It's the 10th tip, which is actually I can't remember the name of that event that drops 3 relics, or 3 drops every time that you do any battles. But it covers that. It's in that video. I also go over relic forging. I threw it in as a side note because I knew that they were reworking the forge, how they forge relics. Spoils of War, that's it. Here we go, Spoils of War. It's in my Spoils of War event preparation, or free-to-play tips video. It's in one of my playlists on my channel. Go to my channel, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Let me level up one of these. Yeah, in this past event, Frank, I leveled up 2.5 4-star relics from 2 from 1 to 10, 1 from 5 to 10, and then 2 3-star relics from 1 to 10. Now, it is not a hard numbers fact, but it's mainly you're looking for the day that you are rolling lucky for successes, and then you just bank all of it on that. Alright, but anyway, that is the... yeah, but yeah, the videos will break it down a little bit better. You know what, the other thing I'm going to mention to you guys in this video now that I am very curious about and hesitantly optimistic on is if they offer Divine Souls in larger quantities tomorrow, which I don't think is realistic, the possibility of getting some more 5-star relics is going to be out there. And I have a video that I'm planning on doing this weekend on my Relics Revealed series that is going to cover those 5 relics. Pisces, you are my good luck charm on stream. And just to let you know, my Odin ended up being a perfect roll as well. So this past event, Titans-wise, was great. Although I wasn't doing the event for the Titans. Now, I have a quick question for you guys in chat right now. I am looking at leveling up my wild arrows finally. Does that equip their people outside of Rangers? Actually, I can check that right now. So let's say that I have a Mamesh and I want to equip my wild arrows. Will that actually work? It does work. Holy freaking cow. So the 86% resist against melee, I can do it. And I've got a Siggy that's high enough level to abuse it. So I know what relics I'm going to be working on because of that. Here are my 3 Siegfrieds, guys. For some reason, if 80% of my Titans are crap rolls, all of my Siegfrieds ended up being pretty dang good. I'll show you guys. This is my Siegfried I've been leveling since the original Siegfried event. I got Archer's damage, Archer's armor piercing, Spearman health, but I have Spearman's armor piercing, so it's not the perfect roll for him, but he is dang good. Every time I use him, he's my main attacker. He just kicks everything back pretty easily. Alright. This is my perfect Siegfried roll that Pisces called. Yeah. So, health, armor on Spearman, damage. Oh, wait. Never mind, this isn't the perfect one. This is the one that I got from the team rewards. So I'm still going to level this one, even though it's got Archer's armor, because what other Titans out there have these type of skills? And I can make this the Titan that I run all Spearmen with 100% melee. And then 100% resist to range when I get those items. Alright, and then my perfect Siggy right here. This is one that Pisces called. Damage, armor, piercing, health, armor. So, the Dawn of Titans gods were finally nice to me. This is the first perfect Titan I've ever rolled. And I've been playing this game a year and a half. My Odin, for those that didn't see it before, same thing. Archer's damage, Archer's armor piercing. Alright, anyway, I got a little bit off topic. Thank you guys for watching this video today. I will be presenting my next video hopefully in the next day or so. Whenever the event starts, I'll just do a quick rundown of it prior to a grind stream. As always, thank you for visiting the kingdom. You guys have a wonderful evening, and do this event if you want to. If not, save it up for the relics that are going to be core for your in-game results. Have a good evening.